If you want to know how concerned about the onslaught of new Chinese cars coming onto the Australian market, with more brands, ever more features, both entry-level and luxury cars, all of them getting cheaper by the day, you only have to look at how Hyundai reacted yesterday. I was genuinely shocked. Now, we reviewed a number of Ioniq 6 models and found them to be really excellent quality cars. Beautifully engineered, good to drive, but pricey. Well, yesterday Hyundai dropped the price of their slow-selling all-wheel drive Ioniq 6 Epic, the top line. Now, when we tested it 2 years ago, this exact spec cost $93,886 on the road. Well, guess what? Same car, 36% off the price overnight. Drive away $59,990. And suddenly it's gone from rather expensive to holy fire truck, that's value. This is a very dramatic move, and clearly Hyundai risk upsetting their existing customers who've bought one in the last year. And why would you buy the lesser spec Technic version that's still $88,000? So why so cheap? Well, these are new cars, but they're 2023 models, so clearly they've been sitting around somewhere for quite a while. But carving off $34,000 overnight, that shows you just how seriously they're taking the Chinese threat from cars like these, the IM5 and the Zeekr 7X. There'll be a bit more on Zeekr in just a minute. As today, it's the EV Motor Show at the Sydney Convention Centre. Not everything electric, which is also solar and chargers and batteries and all the other stuff. This one is just cars. Now, you'd think that'd be a big deal. Well, it was very surprising to me. Not for who was there, but who's not here. The place is empty. No Tesla, no BYD, no MG. The most popular exhibit here is the coffee shop. Japanese brands just absent. Have they decided that EVs are not a thing after all, or have they just given up? Ah, Volvo. One of the very few traditional brands that's here at the show, Volvo. With the EX30, small to mid-sized electric SUV, but more interestingly is the ES90 saloon car, a proper sedan. There we go, in a nice silver. Unfortunately, it's got 22-inch wheels. And it's $100,000 plus on-road costs. So one for the traditionalists, if you like. Quite imposing in the flesh. It looks quite nice. Hi. Good day. No, he didn't actually say that. The obligatory Exotica. Not really fully electrics, they're hybrids. Artura. What's really amazing about this show is that who's not here. I mean, we've got Xpeng, Smart, another Geely company, Farazan for their trucks, Zeekr in the middle, Chery over there, Polestar, Chinese made, all of them. And who's not here? All the brands that you looked at 10 or 15 years ago. Where are the Japanese? No Toyota. Where are the Koreans? There's a couple of dealer Kias up the end. No Hyundai. Europeans? Nope. Who's not here? Audi, BMW, Mercedes. Ford's not here. And nothing at all from the Volkswagen Group. Amazing. So no VW, Cupra, Skoda. Very surprising to me. I really expected to see the VW ID4 and ID5 here. They're their flagship EVs, just released this year. Now, have you noticed the common factor here? The majority of brands here are part of the Geely Group. Geely being the parent company or having a controlling interest with all these brands you see on screen. And as far as the other main Chinese brands, BYD is not here. MG's not here. I want you to think about all the car brands you'd look at 10 years ago, 15 years ago. What were the brands? They were European, they were Korean, they were Japanese. And what I'm seeing is a horde of Chinese cars. Geely, we did test the EX5, good little car, just too soft in the suspension for me. Chery's got a number of cars here, mainly the hybrids they're presenting. Deepal, Zeekr, Smart, Xpeng. Tesla's not here. I don't get it. Have they given up? Or have they decided that EVs are not as relevant as we like to tell people? I think EVs are relevant. I think they just don't like to present their cars sitting next to these cars because they can't compete. If you're sitting your BMW right next to a a Zeekr, then it's probably going to be hard to say compare features and prices. However, there are some nice cars here. McLaren Artura in a beautiful colour, delightfully understated. Now tell me that's not a beautiful car. In the video it kind of looks sky blue, but it's actually it's got a bit of green in it, which is not really coming across. I'll tint it, see, hang on. That's what it looks like natively on the camera, but the actual colour is like that. See, that's a bit better. What have we got here? Giant Lotus. Think of Lotus and what do you imagine? Small, nimble, light. That's what Colin Chapman said. The ideal race car is one that falls to pieces as it crosses the finish line. And they built a truck. A 600 horsepower, a 900 horsepower Lotus Electre giant truck. That's about as far away as their core brand image as you can possibly imagine. The ugly wheels. Don't like these plastic panels. Alloy, plastic. Acres of black plastic. Look at that. Oh, and up there. How many of these do you reckon they're going to sell? I reckon you could count it in single digits, maybe on one hand. Let's go and have a look at the 7X, which is the one everyone's been waiting for. A medium-sized SUV, fully electric, as you know. 3 versions, long range, standard range, and performance, being the all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drive one gets air suspension. This is what Australian buyers like, this kind of car. And you can see why. It's actually quite stylish. It's a little bit less blobby than the XPeng G6. Quite attractive. Looks nice in the green. The only non-black, white, silver, grey colour is the green. Let's have a look at that. And in the sunlight, it really pops as a colour. It's a nice colour. There you go. So there's the 7X. Again, particularly in the performance, when you get the orange brake calipers that, unlike my MG, are real brake calipers, not just covers over the top of the brakes. So the performance also gets the self-closing doors thing, like this, which are a little bit fiddly if you're not used to them. Like this, you touch them, you don't stand there, otherwise it'll stop, but there you go, that worked beautifully. And in case you're wondering, there is a manual release under here. Now the interior of the 7X, very nice. As you can see, centre screen, big head-up display. This is quite sort of Porsche-like in its shape. It works really well. Very comfy seats, air-cooled, nice lumbar support functions as well. Really absolutely loaded with features. I'm not trying to sound like a salesman here. Start at 57 grand plus on-roads, and for the performance one, 72,990 or something like that plus on-roads. So good. Oh yeah, they've also got the 009, their big van thing, which I have not driven, but maybe we will one day, although it's not really our thing on the channel. But look at that. Seats, and can take medium-sized people in the back there. And I'm told they do nice coffee here, which is the most important thing when you're at a car show. Who does the best coffee? Now, I like the way Polestar present their cars. They always do these brightly lit white exhibits. We got a Polestar 3 and a 4 and a 2, which we reviewed on the channel. And a lot of traditional buyers do like the security of Volvo Polestar. And a lot of people can't tell the two apart because they realise the strong association between this car and the Volvo, and a lot of the modern cars are too blobby for them, so they actually quite like the look of that. I mean, that's a handsome car, don't you think? What do you think? Is that a handsome car?
I'd have to say so, yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
But then you're wearing a Polestar shirt, so you would...
biased, but
yeah.
I do love it.
Okay.
I do love it.
100 kilowatt hour battery, 400 kilowatt motor. That should be enough to get the kids to school. This one, 3 variants. Up to 380 kilowatts, 517 horsepower, 4.7 seconds. You know, the new benchmark performance number seems to be 3.8 seconds, 0 to 100. So many cars can do that. The Zeekr, the Polestar 4, 3.8. The Zeekr is the guy that's knocking it out of the ballpark at the moment. But look at this. This is the 7X. Good. Yep. 7X, very popular. And here's Andrew. Hello, Andrew. You've done so much on media. How are you, buddy?
Stuart, how are you?
Mate, I'm very good. All the better for your asking.
Yes, you're
You-
not
you-
at work today, but
No,
you
no,
are.
no, I'm not working anymore. But
What do you think about? Obviously, you've seen all of this, bar that one at the back.
I've just had a good chat with Melvin about the 7GT,
The potential, yes.
and I put in my requests.
Or if you have,
You've created a rod for your own back with this thing, you know. You've had what, nearly 3,000 orders for the 7X.
Precisely.
And there's a reason for that. A year ago, when we reviewed the X, it was kind of a new boy on the block, and you struggle with brand awareness and stuff, and it's still a really good car. But this one, you've now got the brand awareness, and people have just gone, it's ticking all the boxes.
I still remember to your first video, obviously of the X, you vividly had stats there that point out like what our key strengths were.
Yeah.
Especially around performance and price.
Bang for your buck,
right?
yeah.
And I think that helps cement where we sit in the scheme of things,
Yeah.
which is amazing.
It's a fast car.
Yeah,
You've got
absolutely.
a couple of cars that can do 3.8 seconds 0 to 100.
One of them,
You-
one of the many.
The 7GT looks... Is there any chance that... I mean, you don't know because the press release only came out yesterday, but...
Oh yeah, that's just for us here on show,
Yeah.
the left-hand drive.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of the vehicles that we're considering.
Yeah.
Right. So that's good news. Whether it's going to be the first, the second, the third, we don't know just yet.
You're contemplating what... You've got the big van, you've got the little sportsy
Correct.
hatchy thing,
Yeah, but
you've got the family
SUV.
vehicle that's the mass market appeal car, and now you're thinking about, well, what do we do next? I'm voting for a sports car, please.
Good.
So
Create a poll. Stu will create a poll, and please pick your vote, everyone.
what do you want Zika to do next?
Exactly, precisely for the 7 GT, 9X, 8X, right? Or maybe even the 001.
Yep.
You know, take your vote.
It's people love affordable cars. If you can do a performance car like that 7GT for around the same price as the 7X, nobody wants $100,000 plus. They want stuff they can afford. I love the 7X. Thank you for having me along as part of your delivery event.
Yep.
Although I didn't appreciate having to get out there at 5 o'clock in the morning to set up that dawn shot on the straight. Thank you.
Yes,
That was your idea, wasn't it?
that is correct. Thank you.
Bastard. Great car. You're going to do really well with it.
If you like this content, click subscribe and follow for more Zika content.
And-
See you guys.
Final shot. Not my favourite colour, but I do like this car. You've seen the review for this Zika X. It's a really fun car. So this is the Zika 7 GT press release yesterday, which is their high-speed sports saloon, super aerodynamic, nice displays, nice leather wheel. Actually, that's quite cool. What do you think, dude?
It's nice. I want one.
So very opulent here in the 7 GT. I mean, all show cars you see at these shows, who knows if they're ever going to come out. You can choose the front display. Smiley face. There it is, smiley faces. Driving. That's lights. That's sport mode. One pedal driving. Yep. Nice. There's that. Very nicely presented stitching. Long squab on the seat. I like that. Yeah, it looks very opulent. This is very like the 7X 007 GT. I'm not sure about the 007 thing. I think they've just shortened that to a 7 GT. Oh, look at that. That little omnibus thing is actually this car over here. People everywhere. Fully automatic doors. And it's Melbourne.
Yes.
I thought they said Melbourne. You know, you're in Melbourne. I said, I can't go to Melbourne. It's
Well, I'm actually originally from Melbourne, so
Are you?
yeah,
And you're head of product.
head of product. Yeah.
Okay. This I saw a press release yesterday. This is the 7 GT.
Yes.
And here. So you make decisions about what comes next to Australia to suit our market.
That's right.
So if I said to you, I really like that,
Yeah.
you could put in a good word to head office and maybe we could see about one.
Yeah, we've actually having this car here is good for us. We had a lot of feedback about this car, which is good. It does help support, I guess the discussions with our head office about trying to bring this product to Australia. I actually really like the 7 GT. I think it's a fantastic product.
So what have people been saying about it?
Well, firstly, they love the design. They reckon it just looks fantastic. Station wagons is not that common now in Australia.
On our channel, we we bemoan the loss of the traditional sedan, you know, and we like low slung cars with low centre of gravity.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
everybody's going SUV.
Yeah,
and
that's
Zeekr as well.
current. Yeah, I say that's the demand currently for the market. But you know, it wouldn't stop a brand to bring the product, especially if it's a very desirable product. If you look at the silhouette, it's a shooting brake, or they call it a state or wagon.
Yeah.
So you know, still low sedan style driving, but just a bigger boot, you know, which is what a lot of people like. Yeah, it's a very slippery car, so it's got a drag coefficient of 1.98. 0.198. Yeah.
Under 2.
Under 2.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, under 2. So
that's a
yeah,
first.
it's a very slippery car, so that helps with the efficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The key thing I noticed with the 7X is it's what the market wants, because it's moderately soft riding. It's not, and we really like really sporty cars on our channel.
Yes.
So even with the air suspension,
Yeah.
it's well tuned to Australian roads. That's not a criticism, but it's probably not sharp enough for Mark and I on our channel.
Okay.
So if the suspension tune on this was a little firmer and sportier,
Yeah.
really direct steering, nice and pointy,
Yeah.
like the Zeekr X, or maybe even more so, that'd be a big tick from us.
It's actually the same in terms of setup for the 7GT.
Yep.
So it has air suspension, so it has the configurable suspensions. Also, because it has air suspension, the car can lower.
I found even in sport setting, I would have liked it a little bit firmer.
A little bit firmer, yeah. Look,
But-
this is the Chinese version. So when the R&D team converts the vehicles for other markers,
Yep.
they generally will change the setting a little bit to more
Yep.
suited for the market.
Okay.
So big orange Alcabino calipers which are drilled.
Yep.
So that obviously this car is quite a fast car.
Yep.
So it's under 3 seconds from 0 to 100. So it needs big brakes to stop.
Under 3 seconds, did you say? Under 3 seconds.
Yeah, under 3 seconds.
Wow, so it's significantly faster than the 7X
Yeah,
then?
it's actually got a more powerful motor than the 7X.
Okay.
But,
Lots of piano black
a
though.
lot of piano. So this is a two-tone roof, which is piano black. Automatic opening doors. So
Yep, I stood in the wrong place then.
yeah,
I get it. I know.
So,
Oh, yeah.
red interior.
Yeah. Oh, and they're playing with the massage
Playing
seats
with
there.
massage seats. Yeah, this
Yep.
car would have massage, heating and cooling seats. You know, I think one of the biggest draw cards for especially a sedan is to have a bigger boot. So obviously the boot size of the vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
additional
actually good.
storage underneath as well.
What's the overall length?
It's
Do you know?
4.8.
4.8. Okay. So it's even slightly longer than the 7X.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's so long, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I think you're aiming at the Porsche Taycan with this car.
Look, I don't talk about other brands too much, but yes, you can compare it to it. So this is a 800 volt architecture car as well. So it
Same
does-
golden battery as the.
So
as it-
for the 75, it's the same golden brick battery,
Yeah.
LFP chemistry.
So super fast charging.
Super fast charging, yeah. 10.5 minutes from 10 to 80%.
And who's this? Is that
Oh,
is that a friend of yours?
Yeah, it shows graphics, and I think one of the most useful ones is actually when you're charging the vehicle, it actually shows you the charge rate and the how much-
Okay.
like that.
Oh, there it
and
is,
the-
yeah.
and
There
the
it is, yeah, okay.
And the kilometers, yeah.
How long till charge? Okay,
Yes.
clever.
Camshell bonnet design.
Yeah.
Similar to the 7X.
Indicative pricing, you don't know, I know, but
Yeah,
if it were to be compared to this for the performance version,
Overseas, they're actually very similar price.
are they?
So maybe that's a good indication.
Okay, that's a good answer. I like that answer, Melvin. All right. Thank you, Melvin, for showing us the Zeekr 7GT.
No worries.
That was cool.
Yeah.
And listen, can you do me a favour?
Yeah.
I like bright colours. For me, you've got one colour.
Okay.
You got green. Everything else is just a shade of grey. Like you just do a nice liquid copper,
Yes.
or a lovely azure, deep teal, greeny blue, or something like that. You know.
That's okay. More cool colours.
Yeah.
No worries.
And we probably won't get the light show lights either in Australia.
No.
Yes. Oh, that's just crazy. Melvin, thank you very much for your time. See you again.
Thanks for the chat.
Yeah, great. I look forward to seeing this on the road. Bigger than I thought, though. 4.8 metres long. Longer than the 7X. This, I think, is a Lamborghini Revuelto, which is here as it has 3 electric motors, not to mention the 6.5 litre V12 with 1,001 horsepower total. Revuelto is not actually an Italian word, it's a legendary Spanish fighting bull, which is quite appropriate, but it also means unruly or scrambled in Spanish, which I think is even more appropriate. Now, I don't know my modern Ferraris very well, so somebody will jump on me if I'm an idiot here, but I think this is the 296 GTS plug-in hybrid, around 820 horsepower, of which 150 comes from an electric motor, helping out the 3.8 litre twin-turbo V6. Now, if you do want to leave home very quietly on a Sunday morning, it has an all-electric mode, but it'll only get you to the shops and back, as the range is about 25 kilometres. You know what's quite nice is when you've got so many rounded, modern, piano black, globby, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way, EVs, and then you've got more stylish cars like the Porsche Taycan, this very nice McLaren Artura, which is an EV hybrid, I think V6 twin turbo plus electric power as well. I mean, that is a really stylish car in a nice colour, isn't it? What do you think? Understated wheels, not too loud, not too in your face. Doesn't say, look at me, I'm really important, more important than you. The Ferrari as well, very similar colour. See, that's nice. It's kind of got Corvette style lights on it. They'll hate me for saying that, but I guess that's the SF90. I don't really know my Ferraris. Mark would know. And then you get the totally outrageous 23-inch wheels. I guess they don't call them suicide doors. Why would you bring a show car that's painted battleship grey? Doesn't work for me. Giant Rolls Royce, much bigger in the metal than you think, and back seat looks really quite small. For a car that big, you wouldn't think you'd have quite a small back seat like that. It's like a 5.5 metre long 2+2. So now, hello Jamie. It's Jamie Lovick from Ava. How are you going, dude?
I'm very well, Stu. How are you?
Back from your trip.
Yeah, you've had a Euro trip. I've had a Euro trip.
Yeah. You're here. Ava's here.
I'm here, yes. Ava for the first time, working with the team for Future Drive shows. And
Yep.
let's see, who have we got? Basically, the bulk of the brands here are the Chinese brands.
Why have the mainstream brands given up?
I can't speak immediately, to the real reasons of why they're not here. Obviously, we need to see a lot more manufacturers doing a lot more advocacy and getting out there and promoting their electric vehicles.
Yes.
Unfortunately, a few too many of them are just sort of going for the most profitable sort of dual cab use, you know what I mean?
Yeah. They don't.
When it comes to here, it's just like, oh no, EVs, that's a small amount of our market share. Well, that is changing and it's going to continue to change.
Yeah.
Interestingly though,
Yeah.
BYD are releasing a K car in Japan and it looks good.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will it come here? I mean, there's a.
Don't know.
Hello. The Atto 1 and the Atto 2.
Just about to be announced.
Where
yeah.
are they?
Hello? That is a good question. I'm pretty sure there'll be everything electric in Melbourne.
I don't
in a
care
couple
about
of
Melbourne. I
weeks.
care about right now here in Sydney. Well, they should be here.
They
And
should.
tell me,
They
what's that
should.
best-selling brand again? I forget their name. American. What's the best-selling EV brand in the world? I forgot.
Tesla.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Where are they? Let's have a look.
It's
Yep.
nowhere to be found.
Hold that on. There's one thing that I really liked in Italy. I'm sure you saw this too in your travels.
Yeah.
The predominance of micro cars over there.
Oh,
Just
yeah, love small cars.
like the Fiat Topolino, particularly.
Yeah.
It looks like this. They were just everywhere.
Yeah.
And street side EV things popping up overnight.
Yeah.
I'd come out of my hotel next morning, there'd be a little EV pole
Yeah.
there with a plastic wrapper on it. And next day it'd be commissioned and it'd be working.
Oh yeah,
So
they're really good at getting like those street side destination charges,
Yeah.
which is definitely the way you should have charging. You want to charge it everywhere. Rapid charging is great for road trips.
Yep.
But if you just need to park and go into your apartment, you want to charge ready for the next morning, or if you can't leave it overnight, you charge while you're having your coffee or whatever. You've got typically a day's worth of driving in just sort of plugging in for like an hour or whatever it is.
I love the fact that they use the left-hand door, the driver's door, opens
It's
suicide style.
mirrored.
They're mirrored because they
Yeah.
could use the same.
The same mold for
The
both
same mold for
sides.
both doors.
So yeah,
It looks so practical. Top speed, like less than 50 k's an hour, so you
Yeah.
can't take them on the autostrada and stuff like that.
no.
But for running around, shopping, genuine two-seater, roomy two-seater.
And in classic city, like Italy and all that, where, you know, the lanes and the streets are just little cobblestone things that are probably like 2.5, 3 meters wide.
Yep.
Even some small cars struggle to get down those.
Yeah.
So having, you know, something that's just two abreast and, you know, 1.2 or 1.4 meters wide. There's also Renault Twizy.
Yes. Single-seater.
No, it's a two-seat.
Are they?
Yeah, it's a front and back.
Oh.
The back seat is.
Oh, I never know. The back
you know,
seat
for the people you hate, you put in the back.
Yeah.
Renault Australia tried to bring those into Australia a few years ago. Unfortunately, Australia doesn't have a class of vehicle. They call it a heavy quadricycle.
Yeah.
So, or a light vehicle. So. If it had 3 wheels, it would be classed as a motorcycle. You could probably get it registered here. Yeah. If it's got 4 wheels, it gets treated like a car under the design rules. So pretty much no chance. Yeah.
That's really a shame.
No.
Because they would be so good.
Yeah.
Not on our 80k roads, but
No.
just around.
Around the city, yeah. There's plenty of 50k zones.
Why can't we illegally drive our little Fiat Topolinos? Come on. Right.
If only it was that easy.
Yes.
I'd love to see them here. Yeah, I think it's going to be a long time before we see that. There's so many large vehicles. You know, a dual cab Ute and a Topolino would not get along. When Tesla looked at getting the Cybertruck there,
Yeah.
it was just too big.
Yeah.
None of the countries were willing to have it there, and it's kind of a good thing to an extent that their cities don't practically fit them.
Right. Good to catch up with you, buddy.
Yeah, great to see you as well. Enjoy the show.
Yeah, we will.
You come see me talk. I'll be up there in about 10 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, we're talking about affordability of EVs. So
Which is definitely on the improve.
it is, yes, definitely with a lot more brands and a lot more competition. It's getting a lot better these days.
Do you think?
Yeah. He's also sort of going out and interviewing EV owners just about their experiences with buying used EVs, which I think is an important perspective because, you know, you hear things on the internet, not everyone's confident about older EVs. It ends up they're totally fine. We've got Pickles Auctions. They do battery testing on the EVs they sell. Very minimal sort of degradation or anything like that. The quality is remaining. So the whole concept of batteries just die or whatever, it's all
I think
BS.
it is.
I live up in the Blue Mountains and I work in Sydney. Thankfully, I don't need to come to the office every day, but that's, you know, over 200 kilometre round trip, and I barely ever public charge. Only if I've sort of come down to Sydney, I've had to do a lot of running around for a day, you know, probably adding an extra 100 k's down here, then I might have to plug in and have a quick 10-minute, you know, splash and dash, as they used to say for petrol cars, to get back home or at least be comfortable. But in reality, 98% of my charging, even by the time you factor in longer trips, is done at home.
Right, you got to go and do a talk, mate.
I could do.
Where you go?
Yeah.
Come on.
I give 'em a water
go and
first.
get famous.
Talk soon.
Jeez, it's quiet here, isn't it? Alfa Romeo Junior, little Leap motor, B10 in a fairly putrid colour. I don't really like that. Puce. Xpeng G6 had some success. Came on the market at the right time, just ahead of the equivalent Zeekr. They've been around almost a year now, I guess. Now the aircraft, their little experimental aircraft, I'll be most impressed when they can take off and do a little lap round the auditorium here. That'd certainly get my attention. Righto, here's an interesting car. DeLorean, a company with a checkered past. I think the CEO got in real trouble with his drug importation and stuff, didn't he? But interesting car. Never really handled that well when they first came out, but crazy styling, stainless steel body, unpainted. And the owner says they're going to have a lot of fingerprints on the car by the time it goes home. Yeah, they're starting to appear already, as you'd expect. But this one, for followers of my 928, is an electric conversion. Highly appropriate for a car like this, don't you think? Running a Tesla large drive unit, so about 400 kilowatts, 520 horsepower thereabouts. Only 42 kilowatt hours of batteries, NMC batteries, like my car, so that's the same as mine. So it'll probably have a range of around 220 to 250 k's maximum. But a nice job. I think the original car cost him 50 grand to buy, and he spent around 90,000 getting it to where it is as a 2-year weekend project. So very nice looking conversion car. Can be fully registered in New South Wales, which is good. And of course it comes with a new flux capacitor, of course. Yeah, interesting car. I wonder how it handles, because the original cars weren't renowned to be great handlers, but nice project, hey? So it owes him 150 grand or more, plus all the labour. But a nice job, much more professional than my 928. If I ask nicely, do you reckon the owner might review the car with us? What do you think? Would you like to see it? Let us know.
Do you like the number plate?
I do.
We should change that to 0 to 88.
Yeah. 3.5 seconds 0 to 100. So 0 to 88 miles an hour will be 6 or 7, I suppose.
Yeah.
Thanks, Philip.
Pleasure.
But in all this, I'm not seeing the car I really want. You know what I think we need? There are SUVs as far as the eye can see, but where is a cheap, simple, electric two-seater sports car, like an electric MX-5 or Boxster? Doesn't have to be a rocket ship, and we've all got so used to absurd horsepower numbers, it's no longer the drawcard feature. So while the Zeekr 7GT does look amazing, it's another large car. Now there is one for sale in China. Lots of people I know, including me, have got very excited hearing about it. The little SC01, it doesn't even have a brand name. Kind of looks like a Lancia Stratos or Lotus. Even shorter than an MX-5. Track focused, small, highly tunable suspension, be a great track car or just a weekend warrior. Currently for sale in China, and they're considering export, so I do hope something like that comes here. Or maybe one of these Geely Group companies can do one. Come on, Zeekr. But I think I have to say I'm more than a little disappointed with the Sydney EV show. I needed to see more cars here. I know the Melbourne Everything Electric show's on very shortly, but yeah, all in all, a little bit disappointed.